Why do some career enlisted look down on officers? Because some officers show up with bars on their collars but no clue how the real world works. I saw it firsthand when a brand new lieutenant got assigned to our unit at Fort Hood. He was fresh out of West Point, polished boots, perfect salute, and zero experience. First day in the motor pool, he barked at a sergeant with 20 years under his belt to recheck the torque specs, like he was reading out of a manual. The sergeant just stared at him, hands covered in grease, like, "Kid, I was doing this when you were learning multiplication." The thing about career enlisted guys is that they've carried the weight for years. They've been to Iraq, Afghanistan, Korea, you name it. They've done midnight guard shifts in the rain, built field expedient solutions when supplies never came, and patched up Humvees with duct tape just to keep the convoy rolling. Then some officer with a spotless uniform comes in and tells them how to do their jobs. Respect isn't automatic just because of rank. It's earned by proving you'll sweat with your people. One night during field training, that same lieutenant ordered us to dig fighting positions in a low-lying area right before a storm. Every sergeant tried to warn him. "Sir, that ground's gonna flood." He brushed them off. "We'll follow the manual." By midnight, our holes had turned into bathtubs, gear floating, rifles soaked, soldiers freezing. The lieutenant? He was dry under a poncho in the command tent. Meanwhile, it was the enlisted who hauled waterlogged equipment back to high ground, cursing under their breath. But karma has a way of evening things out. A week later, battalion inspection rolled around. The lieutenant strutted in front of the colonel, proud of his by-the-book leadership. The colonel looked at him, then at the sergeants, and asked why the unit's rifles were showing rust damage. Every eye turned toward the lieutenant. The sergeant major stepped up and said, "Sir, we followed Lieutenant Brooks's orders." Silence. The colonel's face tightened. Brooks got chewed out so badly you could hear it across the motor pool. After that, he never gave another order without asking the sergeants first. That's why career enlisted look down on officers. Not out of spite, but because they've seen the difference between leaders who live in manuals and leaders who live in the mud with their soldiers. And when the officer screws up, it's the enlisted who bleed, freeze, or rust for it. Respect isn't pinned on. It's paid in sweat. And once a young officer learns to listen, really listen, the same enlisted who mocked him will have his back with unshakable loyalty.